Well, Grand Rising, great day to all of you near and far. If I have not had a chance to speak to you this morning, I want to say Grand Rising to you. Thank you a million times over for joining us. And I want to say thank you. Today is day number 21, and Father has been so good to us from day one until day 21. And for that, I am forever grateful. Listen, once you jump on, why don't you like, tag, and share? Why don't you like, tag, and share? Call, text, email somebody and tell them, say, hey, listen, come jump on. Father is doing something amazing right here in the midst of us. We're going to watch God. We've been watching God do some phenomenal and some amazing things. And for that, I am forever grateful. Listen, I want to say thank you to all of you that are watching on the replay, those that are watching live. I want to say thank you a million times over that you have been coming and hanging out with us just over the last 21 days. God has just been faithful to us. It's been a long journey, but a it has been a very rewarding journey. It has been a very faithful journey. It has been something that we can appreciate, where God would allow our gratitude to grow in such a way, in such a degree, that would allow us to see how ungrateful we have been, just how we can change the narrative on how it is that we can respond in this season as it pertains to what it is that Father would do in our lives. And for that, we are forever grateful. Father is just absolutely amazing, and we are grateful and thankful that Father would show his kindness towards us. Great day, all of you near and far. Thank you a million times over for hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate it. Now, do me a favor. Why don't you like, tag, and share this? It's Friday, y'all. And I know God has something in store, something great in store for you. So I want you to like, tag, and share this. I don't want you to do one or the other. I want you to do all three. I want you to like it. I want you to tag somebody, but I also want you to share it with somebody so that they can also experience what it is that Father would do in this time and season in their lives. We are forever grateful and thankful that you would hang out with us this morning. Listen, as we wait maybe another 60 seconds, we're going to wait on a couple more people to get through brushing their teeth and allowing themselves to get ready and jump on, so that we can see what it is that Father would have and say to us this morning. So thank you a million times over. I am forever grateful and forever thankful that you guys will come and be a part of such an amazing move of God, that you would come and be a part of something that Father would have for us to do in this season of our lives, as we show forth gratitude and appreciation to what it is that he would say and do, that he would say and do in our lives. And for that, I am forever grateful. Thank y'all. This is day 21. Man, it has been a long, very rewarding journey. So I'm looking for God to do some amazing things. I'll give you guys an update today on where it is that we're going with this, and how it is that God is going to navigate us in this season of gratitude. All right, Father, we thank you for your goodness and your mercy. We ask for your forgiveness of everything we said, done, handled, entertained that is not like you. And we thank you for your forgiveness. We come in the right standing with who and what you are. We decree and declare that it's our portion. We say thank you, not just for some things, but we tell you thank you in all things. We glorify you. We lift up your name. We say that you are our God, and besides you, there is no other. Thank you for being sovereign, holy, wonderful, and kind to us. Thank you that you show grace and mercy towards us. Thank you that we wake up with it every day, that our new graces and our new mercies are renewed every day, and for that, we're forever grateful. Father, I ask that you would come in, that you would sit with us, that you would talk to and commune with us this morning, that will help us to navigate in this season of gratitude. Let your light so shine that men may see your wondrous works. We thank you, O God, for cultivating a move on the inside of us. Thank you for doing something for us that we're incapable of doing for ourselves. Give us strength, power, and endurance as we navigate through this next season of our lives. Strengthen us for such a time as this. We love you. We honor you. We appreciate you. We say that you are God, and besides you, there is no other. Hide us behind your cross, that you would be seen, and only you. That you only would be seen. That you only would be seen. Let no flesh glory in your turkey and dressing, but it's about a portal by which we live in, that I can be grateful and be thankful unto God for who he is and what he would do in and through my life. And for that, I am forever grateful. I'm forever grateful. So if you're watching this on the replay, I want to say thank you, whether it be morning, noon, or night. Thank you that you're hanging out, that you've been hanging out with us. I hope and pray that something is said, has been said, and something has been done that will literally benefit the kingdom of God like never before, And for that, we are forever grateful. All right, guys. So listen, we've been talking about this, notice, think, feel, and do. The four things that psychologists teach in school, just as it pertains. I'm not really sure why it keeps jumping. I'm not really sure. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hold on. Good, great day. Hope and pray that today has been absolutely amazing so far. God's going to do something amazing today. I decree and declare it. We bind the hand of the enemy that would try to interrupt the airways, that what God has to say and what God has to do will go forth with power and demonstration. We decree and declare that the angels of the airway will fight on our behalf. We decree and declare that it binds and tackles the hand of the enemy that would try to hinder or stop this broadcast from going forth. We decree and declare that it is done in Jesus' name. So these four places of gratitude that psychologists will talk about is notice, think, feel, and do. Notice, feel, think, and do. And we talked about notice. What is that? Notice is what you have in your life and how life has come, no matter how big or small it may be. Think about what you have already received, who played an intricate role in making this possible and why they did so. The next thing we want to deal with is feel. Feel is the positive emotions that come when receiving from others and connecting them to the real gift, the kindness, the generosity, or the love that someone has shown towards you. Is it safe to say that many times in our lives that we don't even know how to receive? I think that is something that needs to be taught, is how do we receive? Because of the trauma that so many people have experienced and the things that people have dealt with just over time in their lives, they don't even know how to receive. They don't know how to receive a gift from somebody because they always feel as if what they are receiving has an ulterior motive, that there has to be something that is coming as a sense of ulterior motive that says, you know what, you cannot just be doing this just because you love me. There has to be something that you are doing, that there has to be something that you are doing or something that you are saying that literally is causing a particular thing to happen. And you're not doing this because you love me. You're not doing this because, you care for me. You're not doing this because you actually have my best interest at heart, but you're doing this because there has to be something that is underlying. I think that is an inner issue that we have, that the body of Christ has been so damaged in this particular area of their lives that they don't even know how to receive. That when somebody gives you a compliment, you always think that it has to be another reason why other than your dress looks nice, or that's a nice tie, or that's a nice jacket. Or your hair looks nice. We always feel as if there has to be this underlying ulterior motive that is being presented that we are not really aware of. So immediately we go on guard. We go into fight mode. We go into this mode that says, you know what? There's no way in the world that this person can actually be happy for me. This is why some of us struggle with words like congratulations and you did good, because you have been damaged in such a way that you can't even feel the real emotions that are connected to sincerity and genuineness. And I believe that that is a real issue when it comes to gratitude, because everything that happens in your life, the things that God would do to benefit you, are not always, you know, something that is strung together because of an ulterior motive. Like God is puppeting you in a season or in a time, and God is like, listen, I'm doing this because I love you. So now God will use people to give unto your bosom. Now you don't have a problem with receiving from God, but your problem is receiving it from somebody else through God, because that's not how you see it. You don't see it as if God is doing it. You don't see it as if God is making a way. You don't see it as if God is opening the door. You don't see it as if God is showing favor to you. You don't see it as if God is keeping his word towards you. Immediately, your mind says, you know what? There's no way in the world that I can go and be this particular person, or I can allow this particular person to come into my space and come into my life and really be a blessing to me. How many times were you capable of allowing somebody to be a blessing to you without you feeling as if there was some level of hidden agenda that is behind it? Now, at the same time, again, yes, you must use discernment and you must be aware of these particular things that happen in your life. But everything that people do does not come with an ulterior motive. That sometimes God just wants to bless you through somebody. But because of the way we are wired, and because the age of social media and the age of, you know, if somebody does this, then this is why. If somebody does that, then that is why. We start taking, you know, we hear stories all the time. And my number one question is, okay, where you get that from? Is that Facebook news? Because reality of it is that anybody can be a Facebook news broadcaster. Right? There's no legitimacy. It's no authentic. There's nothing authentic unless it can be factually proven. Right? So many times in our lives, what keeps us bound in certain places and seasons in our lives is the fact that we feel as if the things that we get, there has to be a motive and have to be something that is attached to it. So it is hard for us to really be able to experience and feel the positive emotions that come with receiving gifts and connecting with the real gift, like kindness and generosity. Why do you think people can't be kind to you? Why do you think people can't be nice to you? Why do you think that every time somebody says something nice, that it has to do with a particular issue that is, you know, it got to be something? No, why does it have to be something? Why does the Bible says, bless them that despitefully use you, to love your enemies as yourself, right? In our minds, it's always got to be, oh, I know they trying to do something. I know they trying to do this. And I know, no. And in reality, you know, that might not even be their mentality or their mindset. But look at what we do. Look at how we prejudge and misinterpret what it is that somebody would do in our lives. So we notice, we think, we feel, and then we do. What do? We express our level of gratification and appreciation. We express it. We express this level of gratification. So when we notice, when we think, and when we feel, the last thing to do is to show gratitude. It's to show thanksgiving. It's to say, you know what? I really appreciate it. I appreciate that you went outside of your normal to do something nice. I appreciate it. But see, just predicated on that feel mechanism, just predicated on that, is going to determine our do. Because if there are inner works that have been damaged, if there are inner works that have been misconstrued and contaminated, the do is going to be difficult. Oh God, the do is going to be difficult. What is the do? Appreciation, gratitude, thanksgiving. So how many times have we missed the do in our lives, as it not just pertains to people, but pertains to God? That we have not been appreciative for the things that God has done, because we felt like the only reason why some of these things happened was because of this, that, or the third. And we have not fully stepped into the place or portal in our lives of appreciation that says, you know what, God, thank you. I'm grateful that you did it. That I don't judge what God does in my life, big or small. I judge everything by the righteousness of God, that every good and every perfect gift that it comes from above. If God gave it to you, it's good and it's perfect. It's not something that you just you conjure up in your own mind. And it is us that tilt the scale from gratitude to ungratefulness. It is us that tilt that scale. It is not being influenced by anybody. It is not no, we are the one that tilt that scale. It is you that decides whether you want to be grateful or not. It is you that decides that, you know what, I got to realize that there is something that is off where I complain more than I'm thankful. I complain more than I'm grateful. I complain more than I'm actually thankful for the things that God will do in my life. Because the reality of it is that we have so many things that we can be thankful for. Now, these four things, this feel, think, notice, and do, you can express and use all of these four steps through meditation, through journal, through writing letters, through talking time, sharing dinner with other. Each one of these things flexes your gratitude ability. Each one of them, feel, think, notice, think, feel, and do. They all stretch the muscles of gratitude. So if muscles are parallel to gratitude, what does that mean? They have to be worked. You ever seen somebody that goes to the gym consistently, eats right, does the exercise regimens that they should, and then you see the other person that doesn't eat right, doesn't do the necessary things that they do, that they're supposed to do? You see a very distinct difference. Why? Because this person that goes to the gym is going to work their muscles, because they're trying to get their muscles to a certain particular place, whatever they have deemed necessary or they would like in their mind. Gratitude is a muscle that must be worked. It is a muscle that must be worked. It is something that you must work on daily. This is not, well, Pastor, I'm gonna just go. No. If you're really trying to see change, let's just talk about gyms for a minute, right? If you're like, hey, you know what? I need to lose 10 pounds by July. Are you going to eat wrong every day, go to the gym once a week and still think that those 10 pounds are going to be lost by the deadline? No. You're going to take on the necessary regimens that you need to, so that the weight that you need that needs to come off can come off. So sometimes in our lives, it is the muscles of gratitude that must be worked. We got to work those muscles. We got to work that place of gratification. We got to work that place, because it allows us to really come and see where it is that we have fallen off, where we have not been grateful like we should, and how appreciative and unappreciative that we have been. And it allows us to really be able to pay attention to how weak our muscles are in gratitude. How weak they are. So by doing them, you benefit from them. But guess what? There are times and seasons where it may require a greater level of intention when things are tough. Wow. So you may not have to work those things that hard in some seasons. But guess what? In other seasons, where things are trying to turn to a different narrative, you got to work those things harder. You got to press even harder. You got to go after the things of God even harder. And you got to look at it through the lenses of God, that God, you know what? Thank you. That even in this, I can be thankful. Even in this, I can be grateful. All right. Let me give y'all these 3 intentional ways to build your notice, feel, think, and do skills. Let me give y'all these 3 things that will help you to build your notice, feel, think, and do. I'm going to give you one. We're going to talk through one, and then I'm going to let you go. But I got 3, so that lets y'all know I'm going to be here 2 more days. We'll see what Father would do after those 2 days. 2 more days. Saturday and Sunday. We'll see what Father would do. Here goes one way that will help you to build your notice, feel, think, and do. Seek quiet. Unplug from negative messages that focuses on what you don't have and what you will never receive. Take time out from news feeds, social media conversations, conversations with some friends and family members that are critical and condemning. By quieting these voices, we have to share space with others. You do not have to meditate by taking a break. Wait a minute. You can use meditation by taking a break from conversations that do not benefit nor do provide any sense of results in your life. So see quiet. That sometimes you got to shut voices off that will keep you on a particular. You ever been having a good day? Been having just a great day, and then all of a sudden somebody comes and says something, and it just rattles your day. You like, I was having a great day, and it wasn't until this particular person came that now I'm having this particular issue. That I was having this situation was going on, and then boom, this happened. Because sometimes it is you unplugging from things that will have the ability to bring the algorithm of gratification down. And that there are some times in your life where when things are going rough, there are certain people you just can't talk. If these people are critical and condemning, when the sun is shining and it's nice outside, you know for sure they're going to be critical and condemning when the rain is falling. But you need to be able to find people that are going to be the same in both aspects and times and seasons in your life. You got to be able to connect with people that are going to have the same, that are going to help you and pull you out of a place of ungratefulness. That you got to be able sometimes in your life to say, you know what, God, I need you to help me. I need you to help me to find somebody that will help me to be more grateful. I need you to help me find somebody that will help me to be more understanding. That you would help me to find somebody that will understand exactly where I am. And guess what? If you can't find somebody that'll help you, guess what you have to do? You got to do like David, and you got to encourage yourself. That it is in that quiet time and space where you can say, God, you know what? Thank you. That before I allow the negative and condemning conversation of other people to be thrown into my life, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, even in my quiet time, I'm going to tell you thank you. I'm going to honor you. I'm going to give you glory. I'm going to tell you that you are faithful even to 1,000 generations. I'm going to use the language that I need in order for me to really be able to get myself out of this place. Because sometimes the enemy will use quiet and isolation as a negative rule or a negative technology to use against you. Because here's the reality. Is that the meditation can be done in both the kingdom of light and the kingdom of darkness. Because the kingdom of darkness, allowing you to meditate on what is negative and critical and condemning, will always push you away from the light. It will always call. Meditation is going to push or pull you in one direction or the other. It is either going to push you back to God or it is going to push you away from God. It's going to be one or the other. The enemy, think about it. If the enemy is always trying to get you to think about condemning things that aren't right, and if this was this like this, then this would be better. And if things were like this, then that would be better. If they did this and if they did that. Why? Because meditation is you being able to think on those things, and not always with a conversation, but you just in quiet time, allowing your mind. The Bible says, I meditate on thy word day and night. It is you muscling over, eating on whatever it is that Father has given you over and over and over and over in your mind. Watch this. Because whatever a man thinketh, meditate on, so is he. She will then become that particular thing. So what does the enemy want to do? He wants to take over that realm and place in your life. So now your mind starts wandering. Now emotions start coming. Now regrets and condemnation start coming. Now things that are happening in your life. Now things that are happening in this moment where they should have been turning for the good. Now it seems like they're turning for the bad, because now you're trying to say to yourself, how am I going to work myself through this? How am I going to get through this? How is this going to make a way? How is this door going to be open? How is this situation going to change? How is this narrative going to spin? How is this going to happen? We start asking how, and then we start counting our own costs. We start counting our own ability. Well, I can't do this, and I can't do that, and I can't do this, and I can't go here, I can't go there, I can't do, we start using words and languages that would hurt and harm us from really being able to step into the new graces of God. So how many times have we allowed ourselves to not see the fullness of God because we have allowed isolation to pull us away from the things of God? See, isolation can work just as much as it can work for you, it can work against you. Just as much as isolation can work for you, it can work against you. Yeah, it can be for you, and it can do and produce, and you'll come. The Bible says even Jesus isolated himself, that he went and to an isolated place to pray to his Father. See, this is the thing with isolation. You got to have a plan when you go. You can't say, I'll figure it out when I get there. No. Because what may meet you there might not be what you need to be meeting. See, there has to always be a plan with isolation. If you're going to go to a secluded place, there must be a plan. You must have a plan in mind as to when I'm going, why am I going, and who am I going to engage? Because in isolation, somebody is being engaged. It is the kingdom of light or the kingdom of darkness. It's not one. It's got to be one or the other. It's not just going to be just you just here. No. You're either going to engage the kingdom of light or you're going to engage the kingdom of darkness. So when we talk about isolating ourselves and getting into a quiet place, what is the reason for driving that? Is it meditating on the things of God, or is condemnation silence you and stripped away and taken your voice? Has shame and embarrassment come and just stripped you of what it is that you felt like you could do in this particular season of your life? You got to know why you're going into isolation. You got to know why. You got to know why you're going into quiet time. You got to know why you're going into this particular place. You got to know why. You can't just be like, I'm going into isolation. I'm going into some quiet time. To talk to who? Here's a reality. You're talking whether you open your mouth or not. You're going to be talking whether you open your mouth or not. You're going to be talking. See, conversation is not just words that come out of our mouths, but we can speak with our hearts. We can speak with our minds. We can speak. So when we talk about I'm going into this quiet place, you got to know why. What are you going? You going into this isolated place, what are you trying to come out as? Are you going to come out with a better version? Are you going to come out with a downgraded version of yourself? Why are you going into isolation? Why? Why are you going? Look at Jesus. He's taken into the wilderness. For what? So his ministry can start. Jesus pulls away from the disciples. For what? So he can go and talk to his Father. And after he talks to his Father, here comes a miracle. He pulls away again to go and pray. Why? Because he's building relationship. And he comes back and he finishes his ministry. Jesus pulls away again. Why? Because he's going to talk to his Father. And he comes back and he performs more miracles. You gotta know why. What is the reason for me pulling away to a quiet place? Because everybody's reason is not to engage God. Everybody's reason is not to engage God. No, you're not going to tell me that. You can tell the people that have isolated themselves and engaged God by their response when they come out. Yeah, you'll know. Oh yeah, they went in one way and came out another. Or they went in one way and came out the same way they came. Like, yeah. You will know. This is what meditation does. It has the ability to shift you and to change you if you're engaging the right place in person. Okay, Apostle, I'm engaging heaven. How do I do that? I'm engaging the things of the kingdom. How do I do that? First, you got to get something to meditate on. Well, I'm gonna just go into this quiet place and I'm gonna just see what happens. No, you don't have a plan. Let me help somebody real quick. Now, this is just the gospel according to Dondre. You don't lead yourself to isolation. You are led to isolation. Here's why I say that. It's because you cannot spiritually afford to be led by anything other than the Spirit of God. So you talking about I'm being led in isolation? Okay. Who's leading you? Who's taking you? Because the person or the entity that is taking you ought to be able to keep you while you're in it. And there ought to be some signs that you've been there when you come back. You can't just be led by, I'm being led into isolation. That's the spirit of depression that's leading you. No, who's leading you? You gotta know why you're being, and you gotta know who's taking you. Are they capable of keeping you and preserving you? Are they taking you there for your demise? Or is it so that you can be strengthened? Is it so that you can be mature, lacking nothing? What is it? Yo, we got to get to a place in our lives where it's like, you know what? Okay, God, if I'm going to isolate, I got to know why. If I'm going to isolate, I got to know why. My dears and my sirs, I'm gone. But if you're going to go into isolation, I need you to know why you're going. You don't need to just be all willy-nilly. No, you need to know why, and you need to know who you are following. That's right, Congress. My sheep know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. Are you sure that you're hearing the voice of the Lord? All right. There are just so... When we open ourselves up to all of this stuff, we got to be careful. We got to be mindful. Because folks will say, the Lord told me. And I'll say, okay, why did he tell you? What happened when you got there? You came out worse? The Lord didn't tell you that. No, the Lord didn't tell you. And people will try to use that. The Lord said, like, no, the Lord didn't. No. We got to get to a place in our lives where if we're going to be mature and lacking nothing, then guess what we got to do? We got to learn how to be led by God and Him alone. And you may say, Pastor, that is so elementary, but it may be elementary, but it is something that needs to be on the forefront of our minds and every time and season in our lives. God, are you leading me? God, is this you moving on my behalf? God, are you doing this? God, is this you? I need to be sure. I need to be sure. I don't need to just be, no, I got to be 100% sure that this is what you want me to do. And if it is, no problem. I'll do it in a heartbeat. But that's where we got to get in our lives. That's where we got to be in our lives. God, you know what? If you're going to pull me into a place of quiet, I'm unplugging. I'm unplugging from TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all of the, no, I gotta unplug it, because if not, it'll contaminate you. It'll contaminate your spirit. And then now you start having these dreams, and now you want somebody prophetic to give you an interpretation of these dreams, when in reality, your spirit man has been open to all of this negative stuff and all of these negative outlets. And now you want some type of spiritual interpretation to go along with it, when it has been influenced, watch this, by the places that you have been, whether physically or spiritually. Because do you not realize that when you read this stuff, you open your spirit up to it? You open your spirit up to it. So now you're going to places in your spirit that you have never been before. So you think, but every time you open it, you go on a trip. And you got to know when to stop buying tickets to foolishness. You got to know when to stop buying trips to foolishness. You got to know. You got to know when enough is enough. No, I ain't saying you can't get information or something, but you got to know when this stuff starts to affect your dream world and starts in, you got to be like, all right, that's enough. That's enough. I'm good. I appreciate it. I don't want, y'all go ahead. I don't want to know. I don't want to. I don't want to open my spirit up to that. No, your dreams start to get influenced. Dreams start to get. I've had people say, you know what? I had this dream, or they have a conversation and they say, well, I had this dream about such and such. I said, well, what was the last thing you watched before you went to bed? What was the last thing you read before you went to bed? Well, I was reading about such, 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 such. I said, well, there you go. Yeah. You open your spirit up to it. You open. Your spirit never sleeps. You open, your body does, but your spirit is always up. Your spirit was still up, took it in, and then the enemy used it to distort your dream world. You got to be careful when you go into isolation and quiet, because you got to know why, and you got to know who's leading you. Thank y'all for joining us this morning. I am forever thankful. I'm going to see y'all in the morning. Listen, but even in the morning, I want y'all to join us tomorrow night at 5 p.m. for our Sabbath experience. God's going to do something phenomenal and something absolutely amazing. I can't wait to make my case for Christ. God's going to show us through demonstration of his power and authority that he is on our side. And we're going to watch him do some absolutely amazing things. Hey, listen, don't forget, tomorrow night at 5 p.m. we'll be there, 9745 MS 178 Olive Branch, Mississippi. We're going to watch God do something absolutely phenomenal. Hey, if God is giving you seed to sow, we want to give you that opportunity for you to be able to sow in this season and time. The ways to give are down in the comment box. The ways to give are in the comment box. We want to give you the opportunity to be able to sow into this ground. No seed too big, no seed too small. We want you to be able to give and to sow and to put your seed in the ground. The ways to give are there. Cash App, Givelify, PayPal, and you can also send it to our P.O. Box. We are forever thankful for every gift that has been sowed at any time, but especially during this time and season in our lives as we navigate through our thankful tour. I am forever grateful for what you guys would do and what you have done and what you will do in this time and season. I am so thankful. If y'all notice, I'm on this side. This is our thankful tour. I don't know how to point to it, but whatever. Y'all catch my drift. Thankful tour. It has been phenomenal. It has been absolutely amazing. Listen, but we are not finished. We're not finished yet. There's still some more things that Father wants to say to us and through us. And for that, I'm a million times and forever grateful. Listen, join us in the morning, same time, same place. I promise you, you're going to see the hand of God being manifested in the lives of these his people. Our muscles of gratitude are stretching. We're getting ourselves together and we're getting stronger in the things that God has for us. Listen, if you have been blessed by this, we want you to send us an inbox, send us a message. Let us know that your hearts were pricked, that your gratification is being, that the tools of gratitude are being stretched in your life, that you're seeing the very hand and very presence of God in all aspects and areas of your life. Hey, if you are anywhere close to Olive Branch, Mississippi, you're going to want to join us tomorrow night. I promise you, something phenomenal is about to happen. Hey, listen, y'all have an amazing Friday. Have an amazing Friday. Be grateful. Your gratitude is going to be tested, but you're going to pass the test. Why? Because thanks gives. And I'm going to be thankful, not just in some areas, but I'm going to be thankful in all areas. I'll see y'all. I'll see you real soon. God bless you. I pray favor and power be your portion in Jesus' mighty name. I'll see you tomorrow, 7 o'clock, right here, Facebook Live. More grace.